Okay, so I want to start out explaining some basic astrology. So let's talk about charts and what's going on right now with the planets and what it all means. Let's try to get into this. So let's start with this concept of the zodiac belt. Zodiac belt is a apparent path that all of the celestial bodies, all the planets, including the moon and the sun, that they make around Earth. It's this 360-degree belt in the heavens, literally in the sky. So if you divide that 360-degree circle into 12, there's 12 different sections, 12 different zodiac signs, 12 months. And 360 divided by 12 is 30, so that's 30 degrees per sign. 30 times 12. I'm going to look at it this way. The sun moves about a degree a day. So there's about 360, 365 days a year. It's about 12 months, 30 days is a month, and there's 12 signs, they all kind of correlate. What I'm basically trying to get at is there's 12 different sections, if you will, in the sky. And each one of these sections, signs, zodiac signs, is different. They're different energies, and some of them have a lot in common, some of them have very little in common. We call these, aspects between them harmonious, inharmonious. These 12 signs can be broken up into 4 elements, 4 basic elements, too. That's where you get, compatible signs or signs of the same element because they're operating in a similar mode of energy. And those 4 elements are water, earth, air, and fire. Water signs: Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. And the earth signs are Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. The air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Aquarius is not a water sign, it's an air sign. And the fire signs, feisty fire signs, are Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So all these compatible signs are going to be 120 degrees from each other in the sky. That's an easy flowing energy. Okay, so now let's talk about the planets and their place in the zodiac, and talk about how they move through the signs. And let me just say that the planets include Pluto, includes the asteroids, and it includes the sun and the moon. So at any given time, the planets are situated in a certain part of the zodiac belt from our perspective here on Earth. This shows how we see the sun moving through the zodiac belt. This shows Sun in Leo, which is actually what we have right now. So we have all these planets moving through these 12 sections of the sky at certain rates, depending on their orbits. So what does all that mean? Well, it means a lot, but to try to simplify, the 12 signs all hold these certain energies, these potent energies. And the planets and the asteroids and celestial bodies, they all kind of represent certain archetypes in all of us. As they move through the zodiac belt, their energies are affected by the sign that they're going through. And also the aspects the planets make to each other, the angles that they make to each other, how the planets are speaking to each other. All of these energies together, kind of create the energy of the moment, create the energy of the time, which is constantly shifting. Because, the planets are constantly moving, time is constantly moving, nothing's ever the same. Is that emo? Anyway, so in astrology you can interpret the energies of whatever moment by just looking at a chart of that moment. If you've ever heard of a birth chart, it's a chart of the moment you took your first breath here on this earth. It's your cosmic blueprint. It holds the keys to your life and your destiny and all that spiritual stuff. Because when you chose to incarnate, when you took your first breath, you inherited all of those energies of that moment and it became you. So I can also just look at a chart for right now and kind of look at what the energies are happening now, and relate it to your chart. So yeah, that's what astrology is, basically. I mean, it's more in depth than that, but that's basics. Let me show you some charts. So this is a picture of my chart. Let me try to explain this to you. So if you want to just like go online, go to a birth chart calculator, I can give you my birth info and you can kind of see for yourself on another screen. Anyway, the way I read this is the zodiac wheel. Those are the 12 signs, those 12 little glyphs are on the outside. These little symbols on the inside are the planets and the asteroids. I'm actually going to switch this so there's no asteroids for now. Hold on. Okay, this is a little bit more simplified version of my charts with just the main planets, and I also added the North Node and Chiron, which is a small planet. Go through this a little bit. There's the Moon, there's Chiron, that's Jupiter, Venus, Pluto, Mars, the Sun, all together right there in Scorpio. That's Mercury, and that's Uranus, the North Node of the Moon, Neptune, Saturn, yeah. So at the moment that I was born, 1:20 p.m. in East Norton, Pennsylvania, on November 18th, 1991. This was the locations of all the planets at the time I was born. And you can read a lot about someone with this information. Let's go through. This represents the eastern horizon, the western horizon. The sun rises here, goes around, sets here. It's the rising sign, and it's the point on the eastern horizon. It's very important in the astrological interpretation. It was Pisces, so my rising sign is Pisces. It's the sign that was rising on the eastern horizon at the time you were born. So that sign changes about every 2 hours. It changes a degree every 4 minutes, and it goes through the zodiac in 24 hours. That's why it's really important to know the exact time, because it changes fairly quickly. Anyway, my rising sign's Pisces. I have a moon in Aries. Let's see, my sun is there in Scorpio, conjunct next to Mars and Pluto. This is the chart of right now, as seen from Brooklyn, New York. So we can see that Saturn's on the eastern horizon right now. Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus are up next to the sun. We just can't see them. It's too bright out. It's daytime. And that's the same deal with Mars. He's up there next to the sun. It's too bright. The moon's setting in the west. And all these planets are under the horizon. Looking at this chart, you can see all of this energy up here in Leo, fire sign Leo, which is where the sun is right now. And we have all these other planets up. That is Mars, the sun, Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury is in Virgo at this point. And we have the moon here in Gemini. So I just posted a whole bunch. I hope that was an okay intro, kind of. I'm going to post more about specifics on what the energies are of the day. But for now, there's that, and I'll explain it in different ways and more ways, a bunch of more times. But that's the intro for now. Hope you guys